Hey, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, cousin.
Perfect.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Looks like we have the start of a quorum and we have more people joining in. I'm sure there will be many more coming in. We're excited to announce last week at Dubai Token 2049 the merger between two rapidly growing blockchain innovators, ARF and Huma. And today we have the founding teams and Santiago to help lead the conversation in terms of why we did this, where this is going, and maybe some other interesting discussions along the way. I'll let Santiago take over as the host, and we might start with some also intros on the team side.
Yeah, it'd be great. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I think this conversation obviously will cover, full disclosure, I'm an investor in Huma. I've known these guys for a while. I'll let the team kind of explain what they've been up to for quite a bit of time and their background, which I think is very interesting. Along with ARF, which I'm less familiar with, but I'm familiar with and have details of the merger. And I think if you're wondering, this discussion I think will be largely touching on, I think, two very important things. One, payments and real world assets. I think when pretty much when everyone discovers crypto at this point, they stumble upon stablecoins, and then they're like, okay, this is really cool. But for whatever reason, like, stablecoins continue to grow, but like the real application in terms of commerce, in terms of financing in the real world still is fairly limited. But of course, the narrative around and the use cases around real world assets and how that intersects with other stuff like financing for stuff like DePIN is very interesting. So hopefully we'll touch on that and but why don't we get started with just maybe someone from each team just briefly describe kind of for people that may not be as familiar in the audience, like what have you guys been up to? What is the core mission and how did the merger kind of, what was the intuition around that? And so that I think would be a good start.
I can kick it off for the Huma team. We started about 2 years ago with a mission to build a very powerful on-chain credit service for real-world impact. And our backgrounds of both, founders is in fintech. We built Earnin, one of the largest consumer fintechs in the United States, to provide digital cash advances. Did tens of billions of dollars of that with very new and interesting business models, served tens of millions of Americans, and that plus our background in building, billion-dollar businesses and consumer products for billions of people, just thinking at scale, pushed us to figure out, okay, how do we actually build credit services, tokenization services on chain for the benefit of the global ecosystem, not just the United States or specific jurisdiction, and that's how Huma came about to be. It quickly became one of the leading asset tokenization platforms, and most of our use cases touches very important missions. And one of those was ARF, enabling cross-border payment financing, alongside with green financing, micro financing type of use cases. I'll stop there because we'll dig a lot more in. I'll let someone from the ARF team pick up.
I can pick up from here. It's Ali. I'm from ARF team. I can say we started a while back by experimenting with different products on blockchain technology. Like me and Kazım worked on various projects together in our crypto payment gateway for mostly digital e-commerce companies, and then tried a remittance, peer-to-peer remittance network as an app. These are all on blockchain, either Bitcoin or other crypto. We developed back then a layer 2 solution. You can say it's a commercial version of Lightning Network to create it's like a performance layer to lower the costs and increase the speed. But step by step, we saw that the whole discussion of adoption is still at one. I mean, it's not really very nearby. So we discussed how to move forward with the best use cases, and step by step we found out that the real gatekeepers in cross-border payments, and especially in payments, but cross-border payments are the financial institutions. And then we pivoted there, built a financial institution network, very similar to, fiat alternatives right now. But it was a stablecoin settlement network for financial institutions, and we got regulated in back 2022, and discovered that liquidity is the key to financial institutions in cross-border payments to work. At least it works the same day. So we focused all our efforts more than a year now to ARF liquidity. It's been around 500 days now. We passed 1 billion on-chain volume, fully RWA, cross-border payments, data-backed liquidity and repayments, and and we have a very good volume also along the way.
So I'm curious, it's 1 billion, but it's still a drop in the bucket in terms of, global financing, cross-border financing. Like, who's using this? Because a lot of times when people talk about real world, so I'm curious, like, if you could talk a little bit more in your
guys, when I was listening, Santiago's voice was cut off. Were you guys able to hear him well?